So Cinderella is next in line to get the horror and gore treatment, and we have our first look photos from Cinderella's Curse. I want to know what your thoughts are down in the comments about all these Disney classics getting turned into horror movies. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, I did see that. I'll leave my review to that in the card link up above. This is something different that we're getting in horror movies. We kind of get the same old all the time. But although these are Disney classics, they weren't all sunshine and rainbows in the original version. The original screenplay for many of these Disney movies were very dark. So making horror movies out of them isn't that far-fetched. We're just used to the sunshine and rainbows version of everything. But let's jump into these photos real quick. This is our Cinderella, Kelly Ryan Sanson, and she does not look happy. I don't know what's going on in this photo. She's got this nice frilly dress on, and judging by the background, it's kind of fuzzy, but it looks like we might be at a ball or something, which would explain the dresses. But the people in the background look like they're upset, they're frantic, something's going on. Might be some killings going on already. Cinderella does have a clean dress though. So either she's not doing the murdering or she hasn't been murdered yet. I don't know how the storyline's going to go. But somebody in the background is upset. Something's going on. But the next photo is our Cinderella covered in blood with a very psychotic look in her eye. Definitely have a Carrie-esque feel to this. And with the look that she has in her eye, I have no doubt that she's probably the antagonist in this movie. Although, you know, the title Cinderella's Curse, we don't know 100% for sure if Cinderella is going to be the killer, but we can only assume that she's going to be. But she definitely does get a little messy, I will say that. There's also a photo here of her holding a bloody shoe, so it looks like she probably bludgeoned someone to death with the heel of her glass slipper. Not a way I would prefer to go. Then we have another photo of her here just sitting around, resting face. I guess this is after everything has happened. She's processing it all. Probably wondering if all that blood's going to come out of her pretty white dress. Now the next photo is interesting because it kind of looks like Cinderella, but kind of doesn't. So I'm not sure where to go with this. This photo here obviously is our protagonist. Has this white mask on, covered in blood. And it does look like Cinderella's white dress that we just saw. But the hair is different. It almost looks like it's got a little more red in it. It definitely doesn't have the curls in it that Cinderella had. So I don't know if this is her or not. The red could be blood though. Let's just put that out there. The red in the hair could be blood. And maybe she doesn't have the curls because, you know, she's been fighting people off and things like that. But I want to say this is Cinderella in a mask, but I can't confirm that. What I want to know is what has upset this girl so much to push her to the edge of killing people with the heel of her shoe. Maybe she finally had enough of the stepsisters trying to steal the prince. Just a thought. Now, before I show you this next photo, I want you to know this is of the fairy godmother. Now, Chrissy Wuna is going to be playing this role, and this is no fairy godmother that I've ever seen. This is disturbing. This is our fairy godmother. A one-eyed, zombie-looking creature that looks like something you see from The Walking Dead. Now, the actress Chrissy Wuna did talk to Bloody Disgusting about this, and she said, the fairy godmother in our movie is cunning, cruel, and deadly. Things are going to get extremely bloody when she's around. Judging by the looks of this fairy godmother, I would say that's an understatement. I'm really hoping this is like toward the end of the movie and Cinderella's beat the crap out of fairy godmother already and this is what we have left of her, because if this is early on, God help us. Now I say that because if you look at the very far right side of the picture, it looks like there's a bloody Cinderella in front of her. So maybe they were battling it out and that's what Cinderella left her with. Now that's all I have for the gory aspect of the photos. I do have a couple other random photos of guests during the ball dressed up in their formal attire and I guess just trying to have a good time before all the mayhem starts. This is definitely going to be a movie for the horror fans. Definitely not one for any Cinderella fans, that's for sure, because they are probably going to get pretty offended by this. But I think if you want something different, you want the blood and the gore, and you're not looking for some big blockbuster budget type movie, because this is going to be a lower budget film. It's like the B-rated movies, which I still say you should never knock the B-rated movies, because there are a lot of really good ones. But this is the category I feel like this movie falls into. But with that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. What are your expectations of this movie? And do you think that this trend from turning Disney classics into horror movies is something that needs to continue?